Another tutorial? Why, of Quartz! Nails and Notary placeholder theme song. So for this video, I'm actually going to show you two different methods, but they'll start roughly the same way. Begin with filing, buffing, removing dust, and applying your base coat. Make sure to cure your base coat fully if you're using gel. Both will start with your base color. For the case of smoky quartz, I'm using this sort of orangish, nudish, sheerish pink color. I'm not entirely sure how to describe the actual shade, but it definitely matches the undertone of smoky quartz. Now for method 1, you're going to need your palette, a thin liner brush, and some sort of white polish. You want to be on the thicker, more opaque side. In this case, I'm using liner gel. Using your brush, create thin, squiggly, organic lines, kind of representing cracks and fissures that form naturally within quartz. Next, you're going to take a flat tip brush and use it to gently smudge out the side of your still wet polish, just one side of your line. Once you've smudged as much as you like, cure if you're using gel or let dry if you're using regular polish. If you feel like you lost some definition, go ahead and take your liner brush and lightly redraw your lines over the top of the smudges. You don't want them to be too thick, but you do want them to be fairly visible. And then if you feel that those lines are too linear, go ahead and smudge them out again. Again, we want everything to feel very organic. Next, go ahead and add whatever your shading color is to your palette. We're doing smoky quartz, so in this case, it's a black jelly polish. And use that to go ahead and fill in one of these smaller areas, just so you get something that's a little darker than the rest of the nail. If you look at any sort of quartz, some areas will be different shades, some darker, some lighter, some more clear, some more opaque. And we're looking to mimic that to the best of our abilities. Once you're happy with your shading, cure it fully or let it dry. Finally, we're going back over everything with our top color. In this case, it's going to be that same black jelly polish, and you just want a thin, even coat. For these quartz nails, we're working in a lot of thin, sheer layers to mimic that see-through crystalline quality. If you wanted, you could even repeat the last few steps to get a more multifaceted look. I ended up going back in with one more coat of the black jelly polish just to get more of that smoky quartz gray color. For method 2, I'll be doing rose quartz, so I start off with a light pink base, and we're applying a medium thick layer of blooming gel. You don't want it to be too thick because then it'll start running and turning lumpy, but you don't want it to be too thin or else you won't get the proper blooming effect. While the blooming gel is still wet, we're once again going to draw our white lines, except this time we won't have to smudge them because the blooming gel will do that for us. Try to avoid any large blobs because they will spread out a lot in the blooming gel. Next, we're going to go in with this medium pink shade I've mixed together, and again, just create a bit of shading. You don't have to be especially precise because this will bloom and smudge out on its own. And with blooming gel, you can just keep adding and allowing it to bloom until it's how you like. Unfortunately, there's no going back, so cure quickly. Now that it's cured, I'm just lightly tracing back over my original white vein lines. And then after that, I'm just going back over everything with a coat of sheer pink. With both of these, make sure you finish everything off with a layer of glossy top coat and allow to fully dry or cure if you're using gel polish. And there we have it. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed these tutorials. Please like, subscribe, share, and comment.